So the aim of the workshops today has been to turn the strategy and the policy and the great ideas that we've heard the speakers talking about into action. So the purpose of the workshops is that each workshop will focus on one particular topic, and we will come out of there with an action plan which will move the whole thing forward. It's important because otherwise we're just talking. It's about action. Social value is about action. It's about action on the ground every day, making a difference.
I think movements grow through three things. One is leadership, the other is understanding, and the third is transparency. And it's organisations such as Landmark who are trying to lead the way, who are trying to raise understanding of how social value can fit in with what they do.
It's been really beneficial at this workshop to have a chance to meet people in the workshop environment where we can actually discuss things and actually share views, because we've spent one day listening to a lot of really interesting speakers, but we've really not had a chance to question that and debate it amongst ourselves, and that's what the workshop situation is really helping us to do.
In Whitehall we don't have all the answers, so it's really important to come out and hear what people in the sector are saying. I think a clear message is that there's a strong will, not just in social enterprises but in business generally, to try and address some of the problems facing society at the same time as running a successful business. So trying to make those two things compatible is what these conferences are all about, and trying to understand the best way of doing it.
We've agreed within our particular setup the aspect where the supply chain can only do so much. The top-down approach requires and puts the right behaviours in the right place. There's only so much suppliers can do by pushing up from the bottom. The key aspect of the social value is to get the value out of that, and that value can only come if there's a requirement to do so. Real, heartfelt drive to get that value in the first place.
It is possible to change people's lives, but first, really, you've got to look at the things that you're doing with them, and, for example, educational initiatives, and find out, actually, do those make a difference to those people? So that the trick is finding the right measures. We've got to look at, actually, what are we trying to achieve? And that's what came out of the workshop this morning.
When we talk about social value, it can mean so many different things to different people, but let's not overcomplicate it. Everybody gets at core what this is about, which is about basically a better society around us. So I think the real challenge for the workshops is focusing on how do we identify at a very simple level the messages that we can take back to communities.
Companies like Landmark, who are really helping to advance this agenda, need to be able to demonstrate that this is actually helping them to win business and that it's actually helping them achieve a bottom line. It shouldn't be an either or. Social value should make a good commercial and economic proposition for both the purchaser of goods and services but also the provider. This is about actually creating much greater sustainability in the relationships we have within society, and organisations like Landmark are doing remarkable work. And I think this event and Landmark's leadership in helping to host this event really demonstrates that they are in this game for the long term and that they're serious about making positive social change in our communities.